Mahadev, Saturn Mars Ketu Conjunction, which is one of the most powerful, interesting conjunctions in Vedic astrology. How are these self-conquered people of tremendous great? Let's figure it out in this video today. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe and watch till the end. Saturn Mars Ketu coming together in one house can not only make the person tremendously gritty, but also can give them that very ability and the stability to be capable of achieving anything and everything. They can be software engineers, software architects, scientists, or anyone capable of making a large organizations. So here you see Saturn Mars creates Yama Yoga. Yama Yoga, where the person works relentlessly hard like a machine to achieve perfection on their work. Saturn Ketu brings in detached action, where the person can be engrossed in their work while being detached and not getting tired or exhausted by working. Adamantly they can do that continuously. That is Saturn Ketu. Ketu Mars is the conjunction or yoga of self-conquering outer action, where the person has to conquer his inner world, at the same time he has to conquer the outer world. How? Ketu means the things which we have conquered already in our previous birth, and Mars is all about conquering the outer world in this particular birth. One has to do exercise to have a healthy body. Mars. Now, together they are making the person capable of doing perfect work. Yama Yoga, perfect work, continuous, tremendous, perfect work, adamant, gritty work, Saturn Ketu, and at the same time they can be calm, composed, and absolutely stable. This is the top optimal function of this particular conjunction. Anyone, you imagine Sundar Pichai, Google's CEO, or Larry Page, Google's founder, he still codes even now. He is not the CEO, still he codes. So they have that ability. Or anyone, they do not have to be only from computer science background. Anybody who can do this kind of stuff, this kind of work relentlessly with a tremendous grit, without giving up, being lost and engrossed in that particular action, bringing perfection continuously, while being calm. This is the optimal function of this particular conjunction. Now here you see the difficulties. They immediately do not, everyone with this conjunction do not get this ability. In order to have this kind of stability, or to make these three different malefic planet work in harmony, hand in hand, for on favor of yours, one has to struggle really hard, learn the real lessons the planets are actually giving. Unlike Saturn, Mars and Rahu, here the friction is less. In Rahu it gives tremendous friction, tremendous difficulty, because Rahu and Mars shoots up anger, puts the person in difficult situations. Here it is all about internal struggle. One has to struggle internally, realize his own psyche, his own methods of pursuing his passion, methods of his own pursuit of his passion, to get that particular stability of optimal experience. Okay. First of all, Saturn, Mars, when they are together, it brings in this Yama Yoga, it brings in gradual decay onto a native's life. Decay of mind and body. Aging happens fast. The person develops certain obviously physical disorders. Some if you work too much without taking rest, then obviously you will get tired, or you develop stress, or you don't sleep at night, you become insomniac. Okay. So like that, Saturn Ketu also brings in inflexible rigidity and instability, where what happens, Ketu is all about freedom, and Ketu is all about complete flexibility, and Saturn is all about rigid routine. So when the Ketu's flexibility is hampered by Saturn's routine, or the adamant inflexible repetition, Ketu becomes agitated, the energy within you, within this particular native's psyche, and he forgets, he is unable to do the detached work which gives him the very capability of being calm and being not too attached or restless to get the outcomes of his result, because whatever they work on, those are really big. They don't do small stuffs. Okay, they are big dreams. Okay, Mars is here now having the thrust of Saturn Ketu to have high big passion. I don't want to be an employee, I want to become an employer. Not everybody says so. Okay. So these people, they can become that employer, they can bring in corporation, they can take up that loan from the bank and have the capability to earn and make profit and pay that loan back to the bank. Okay, and become an employer and solve real life problems. So this is a very powerful conjunction, very powerful. So here you see, detached action is taking this repetitive momentum. So in order to claim the rewards which are already yours from past life, copious amount of discipline is imperative, because to be persistent in the pursuit of your passion, you have to persevere in a routine, repetitive manner, while being cognizant of the fact that you have to be flexible at certain times, and also you are not supposed to reap the results of your rigorous action. Okay, and this is where the grit, the being gritty comes into picture, because the actual gritty people, they do not give up when the results do not come easily. They continue for years or for decades. So this is what this conjunction actually wants from you. First, you have to identify your own passion. What is that you want to work for the rest of your life, or at least for a decade, for this particular decade where you are right now, from 2026 to 2036, what exactly you want to work. So that you have to figure out, and then you have to follow this particular methodology to reap the results which are already yours, because it is already yours. Ketu has gotten the Mars and Saturn has gotten the association of Ketu because Ketu has to offer something. Okay, Mars and Saturn were already matured in the previous birth completely or almost, that is why again in this life Ketu has gotten the responsibility to mature them. And when you bring in that harmony to work together in stability and get that stability of optimal experience, then you can achieve the optimal result which is already yours. That is your reward. Okay, that is the reward. But that reward doesn't come just like that. Okay, and that's a huge reward. Okay, so whoever you are, whichever is your age, understand what I said in this video. Watch it one more time. Okay, hype this video, please support me, like the video. You are a amazing person who is calm, extremely powerful, can work continuously day and night to achieve anything and everything. Okay, learn to be flexible and learn not to be attached with the outcome of your results. Be the real Karma Yogi, then everything is possible for you. Everything is achievable for you. Okay, anything and everything you can achieve. And of course, purity has to be the key here. If you have impure actions, impure passions, then you may not get the results. Your intentions has to be pure. Then only the Karma Yoga works. For an impure person, Karma Yoga doesn't work. So your Sun and Jupiter have to be looked after. What have you learned in your entire life? What are you still learning? What are your values and ethics? Analyze them, and based upon that, work on your passion in this manner. You are a very lucky person to have this. Okay, because you can stay calm. That is your key power. Okay, so build that software, make that organizations which India needs or any country needs, or do whatever that you always have been trying to do, but you might have gotten frustrated or given up or stopped. Don't do that. That doesn't suit you, because this conjunction is all about grit and never giving up. So don't give up. Give me a like, tell me what do you think about this video, and subscribe if you are new. Please hype the video. I'll see you in the next one. Har Har Mahadev.